This is the matchup everyone's been waiting for. Naomi Osaka taking on Iga Swiatek. That's right, guys. Should we say the rematch? I don't know. I guess technically we can't say the rematch since it's the third time they've played. Now, the first time they played in Canada was an amazing match, right? Young Iga Swiatek coming up, Osaka playing well, and I felt Osaka. She took it a little easy on Iga, and that's how Osaka was, a young Osaka. I feel we have a lot of new tennis fans that don't really understand how good of a tennis player Osaka is. I don't think they understand it. And I think this is a spot where a lot of people are underestimating what Osaka can do. I don't know why, but and look, you leave the game, nothing's guaranteed. And I don't know who said it. Was it Tom Brady or this is going back here. I want to say maybe Drew Bledsoe, right? Remember he got injured and Tom Brady took his spot. This was like this was like possibly the beginning of stuff like that where, and I think Tom kind of set the tone where, look, if you get injured, it's fair game. You can lose your spot. And with Osaka, a lot of people just don't remember how good she was because she took the mental leave. She had the baby. There's been a lot going on there, and I feel that I don't feel she's at her prime form. If her prime form is a 10, I say she's at a 6.5. She's not there. She's nowhere near there. But you have to understand how good she is, guys. Osaka's very good. Now these two ladies have played twice, once in Canada and Toronto, where I felt Osaka took it easy on Iga. And if you don't think so, I mean, just look when she faced Coco. She Osaka took it easy on Coco. Remember that one interview where Osaka shared the the microphone with Coco. She's like, "Come over here," because the fans, Osaka's this is my Osaka voice, you know, the fans they came to see you, so you come over here. Okay, uh, maybe later. I can't get it right now, but I can get Iga's voice. But so Osaka, she shared the interview with Coco, and Coco was crying, and she took it easy on her. And what happened the next time? Coco beat her. Osaka's like that, and she's just a sweet person. She's a classy person, and I felt she took it easy on Iga the first time they played. The second time they faced each other, 22 in Miami, Osaka was not in shape. She wasn't in form. She was heavy. She still put up a good fight in the first set. The second set was a runaway. I felt she threw in the towel. And she's like that, right? So at the Indian Wells, that match with Kunamatova, she threw in the towel, right? And Iga, you cannot throw in the towel against Iga because the one thing that separates Iga from the rest of competitors is that eye of the tiger attitude. She's her swagger's on 1,000 trillion. Now Osaka said she's the Riz queen, right? She's the swag queen. I think so. She's very stylish. She's very sweet. And with her boyfriend, it seems like she's up the ante. She's upped her level with swag and all that kind of stuff, style, right? Charisma. But Iga's coming to play, and I think Thomas said it best. Look, we're not tourists. We're here to win and play. And a lot of these ladies, look, these beautiful cities every week, you'd be surprised. You lose a first round match. That's your vacation in Paris. That's your vacation in Dubai, wherever you are on tour. The tour and the schedule is so grueling. If a player thinks if they're injured and they think and they truly feel they have no chance to win a tournament, hey, some of them will take a vacation. And I've seen some matches where I'm like, look, this player's not playing. They're here on vacation. Iga is not like that. And Thomas said it, look, we're not tourists. We're here to work. We're here to do a job. We're here to win. And that's the attitude she has. And for the tour to catch up with that, and I talked about it, how something happened after that 21 season in Mexico, you know, something happened because she came back. Rarely do you see a player come back and take their level from like I probably say Iga was maybe, I don't know, a 6.5, 7. Rarely do you see a player go from 7 to 20 in a matter of a couple months. That I've never seen that. That's like, you take a seeded playoff team like, I don't know, who are we gonna say? Take a team like Minnesota, who they're struggling right now against Dallas. And let's say next year they just come back and just dominate the league. Just dominate, go on a freaking 40 match win streak, and just start winning 4 to 5 championships in a row. It, things like that normally don't happen. So something happened coming off of that season. And I did videos on the topic at the time. I said, look, she's got to work on her serve. She's the weakest player here. Very rare do you see the weakest player in the top 10 come back and dominate the tour like Iga has. Something happened, you know, and I'm still trying to figure out what that is. Something clicked, but something happened from that end of 21 in November going into that 22 season. Something clicked, and she's a different player. And right now, she's taking on Osaka, who's just not, she's not at her best. But how's she going to do? Now, Osaka, when it comes to clay, she hasn't even played 100 clay matches, right? Someone with a four-time slam champion. She's not that experienced on clay. She's got 56 wins on clay. Iga's got nearly triple that amount, right? And she's the younger player. So Iga loves clay. We all know the last few seasons, a 90% win rate on clay. Amazing, right? Iga Swiatek's so good on clay because not only does she slide well into her shots, she defends well. Her movement's key. Now, I talked about how Iga moves well horizontally. It's amazing because she's able to use her powerful ground strokes while sliding into these shots, unlike no one I've ever seen. I've never seen anyone transfer power and energy like that into her shots while sliding. So she's mastered that Nadal technique. Osaka, on the other hand, Naomi Osaka, guys, she is very, very powerful. Her ground strokes, I think she's one of the strongest servers. I think she's got one of the best, cleanest forehands. Her backhand across court is amazing. You thought Elizabeth put on a math, a freaking, she put on a math teacher performance with those, like a geometry teacher, right? Geometric angles. Elizabeth put on a show against Peter Sadat. When it comes to angles and power, that is Osaka. I'm telling you guys, she is amazing with her angles. The problem with this matchup here is I think Osaka needs to work on her movement on clay, right? Because you'll see like that match with who was it? Was it Bronzetti? And even last time out, she will be up big, and then next thing you know, she'll lose 3 to 4 service games on clay. And I think a lot of that's her movement. She's still trying to master her movement. And she actually talked about this in the past. She said coming into, and this was even like a couple of years ago, this is not even recent. She talked about how she wants to get better on clay and work on her movement. She also talked about how she wants to get better on grass. So she knows she has weaknesses in her game on clay. And if there's someone that can expose that, it's Iga. If this were hard, I think Osaka could beat Iga outright on hard. Clay's a little different. It's a different animal because it's a slower surface. Osaka can really, really impose her will on the faster surface like hard, where her ground strokes, it's going to give you less time to react, right? You'll have less time to react, and just the way on clay, the surface absorbs the energy of the ball transferred from the opponent. It suits Iga. Now, Iga finds herself here after a very, very dominant performance last time out against Leola John John. the French woman in front of the home crowd, even going back to Rome against Sabalenka. Osaka finds herself here after another tough, grueling match with Bronzetti, right? She was up big. She led her back in the match. I do like the win in Rome, though, Osaka had over Dasha. That was very, and even Marta, very, very good wins. This is a match here where the experts think Osaka cannot win service games, and I think they are wrong, very wrong. We're going to take Osaka to win at least 5 service games. That's the pick, guys. You can't find that everywhere. So again, I say it all the time, wherever you go, make sure you're going to the place that suits your needs the most because you can't find that everywhere. We're going to take Osaka to win at least 5 service games. The experts have Iga as a huge favorite and they think it's just going to be a blowout. I think Osaka's a good tennis player, and again, people forget she has 4 Grand Slam titles. She's beat a good in shape Serena in 2018 to capture one of those. Osaka has a better forehand than Iga, in my opinion, stronger. I think her backhand's better when she's at her peak. I think her serve's better. What Iga has going for her is she has the speed, the movement, the agility, and she's got the mental toughness. Those are things that you can't teach mental toughness. You can't. You either have it or you don't. We've seen Osaka mentally crumble in the past. That's what separates Iga from a lot of these players nowadays. She's